out of darkness. So it seems like a prime time to start another project. Outdoors, of course. Today we are looking at my 1979 Jeep J20. I have had this truck probably 2 years now. And this is exactly what it looked like when I bought it 2 years ago. I bought it as a non-running truck, very close by, like 20 minutes away. Originally, it was a West Virginia truck, I think. It's now a Maryland truck. The guy I bought it from was pretty mechanically inclined, but only barely had it running, and at the time that I bought it, it was non-running due to what was thought to be a distributor issue. But as I have found out after I threw a distributor, brand new China carb, and various other parts and pieces at it, that the motor does in fact run, but the middle two cylinders on both sides are extremely low on compression. I think it was written up here somewhere, yeah. The outer cylinders were like 120, while the inners were, they're not as low as I thought, only like 80 and 90. This side we have 100, 110, and about 70 on both inners. So some real uneven compression. So that meant the motor ran, it just sounded really funky. And kind of just determined that I'm going to repower this thing one day. Now, I'm not doing that today, nor will I get around to that anytime in the next coming months. So for today, we're just going to try and get the old gas motor running, which from the looks of it, about a year ago, the last time I messed with this thing, it was having fuel system issues. So it's got this can here, which I guess I'll just fill up with fuel again. For some reason, it wasn't drawing out of the tank. I don't know if the pump's bad. I don't know if the tank's bad. I've had the tank out of it, and it's not that bad, so it's probably a pump issue. But we'll see when we see if it draws fuel out of here or not. But before we go ahead and get it running, I'll give you a little bit better of a walk around on this truck. So this truck looks pretty good. It's missing the marker lights. It's got this gigantic bumper on it that's hideous. It's got some rust on the front end here, nothing too bad. But getting to the paint job, you can tell this thing must be caked in Bondo because they've completely eliminated the seam there. It's just kind of all blended together, which is fine for the truck. It's got some little bubblies here and there. The roof's in good shape still. It's got some bad spot on the door right here. And this cab corner is just starting to go. Coming into the interior, other than me leaving it muddy the last time I worked on it, it's actually in pretty good shape. The seat's not bolted down, but door panels, dash, everything else is in really, really good shape on this truck. It's even got a headliner in it, which a lot of my trucks can't say that. All the glass is intact. It is a 3-speed or 4-speed, I don't remember exactly what. And then the clock shows 96,000, but that could have been rolled over many times. Door shuts, meh. Again, some rust starting, but nothing bad. This truck is still savable. Then coming onto the bed of these trucks, factory bed, rotted out really bad. I don't know if someone wanted this bed or they just threw it on because the other bed rotted out so bad, but it's really not a bad flatbed. Which is a good thing. I don't mind it because it's welded directly to the frame with that square tubing. The tank also sits in it really funky because of this. The spring brackets, I forgot about this, have been hacked and cobbled and messed with. Now, if I remember correctly, when I bought it, right here by the proportioning valve on the frame where it kind of goes up is a little iffy. There's like a box end section. The inner part of the box is kind of rotted out. Not enough to really scare me though. Coming around here to the back. We got a bumper, a welded on hitch. Pintle, which is frozen up. I'll come all the way around. It's got some decent mud tires on it that hold air. Nothing huge. I think they're like 285s maybe, 275s. Give it a decent look. It is a J20, so it's 8 lug. This side of the cab is near perfect shape. From what I was told, the driver's side of the cab was near a road when it was sitting prior to the last guy getting it, and that's why it rusted out worse. This door opens up really choice, and you get a better view of the inside of the cab. My brother is using it currently for storage of his electric fencing, so if we get this thing running, we'll deal with that. Dual exhaust straight out of it. Yeah, so that's kind of a full walk around on the truck. So we're going to go ahead and throw a good battery in it, throw some fuel in that can, and see if we can't get it fired up. Yeah, it looks like someone did delete on the heater core at some point, so that doesn't work. All right, I am quickly running out of daylight here, so let's see if we can get it fired up. Threw some fuel at it and a new battery. See what it's got. That battery's not great. I'm gonna close the choke off to try and pull some fuel up. Yeah, that battery's really not good. All right, let's see if we can prime it up some. All right, well, at least got some fuel in the van, I think. Oh wow, sounds like the accelerator pump already has some fuel, so it is, I guess, picking up, so that's good. Alright, well that was quite a bit easier than I was expecting. So I swear the last time I worked on this thing about a year ago would not pick up fuel. But I guess with time and exposure to the pig pen, it fixed itself. This thing does have dual pipes. It sounds really sweet other than the very obvious miss when you rev on it. I don't know how well the camera picks it up, but it's definitely chuggy, or I don't know, just has a bad miss. So I'm excited. This thing's a lot of fun to drive, being a manual. Something about it, the flatbed, the old farm truck, the mud tires, and the manual makes it a really fun truck to just cruise around the farm doing random things with. I've actually got a pretty good picture of me and my brother moving some sheep on the bed of this thing a while ago. I'll put that in here. As you can tell, I'm a little blocked in. Might be able to squeeze through here. It's also really mushy. I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can get this thing out of its spot and ride it around a little bit, maybe. We'll see. All right, we're gonna go ahead and see if we can't back it out of here. Seems like it's locked into 4x4, so that's good. trying its best to get on out of here. There's some big pipes here. Can't really tell. That keeps hanging me up, and I'm really trying not to make a mess mud-wise here. So both hubs are locked in, but our shifter situation, I don't want to break that. Shifter situation doesn't feel too engaged. So I don't think she's in 4x4. I'm going to give it one more shot trying to get it out of the spot. If not, I'll wait a day and see if it firms up at all. Well, it's a bright and shiny new day. And this is yanked out of its spot. Went ahead and got some help from my father and his Kubota tractor and got her on out of there. Could have gotten it out of here, but I didn't want to destroy the place, so sometimes a little yank is all you need. So now we're going to go ahead and take her for a hot lap, I think. Got all the electric fencing cleaned off the bed. Got the gas tank that'll probably fall off, but it'll be okay. So hopefully it starts up again. I don't know how much fuel we got left in our little can, but we'll find out. It was about out of its quart of fuel, so we're gonna go ahead and fill that up. All right, well, I think that's a wrap on this old truck. Mostly because the battery just died out on me and left me over here. So this is how this truck's gonna be for quite some time, at least till this summer at the minimum, where I hope to drag it back out to Iowa with me and see about transplanting a different motor into it. Whether that be, ideally, I would like to put a 6-cylinder Perkins diesel in it out of like an old combine or something like that. But we'll see what we end up putting in her. Could always just rebuild this original engine. I really love how it sounds with the dual exhaust, other than it running like crap, as you could probably hear. But I don't know. Not a huge fan of AMC motors, really. I could also drop a Chevy 350 in it, or an LS, or who knows what. I've already got one flatbed truck in my fleet, and that's my green Ford, so I don't really need two. They're pretty useful beds, but I've been kicking around the idea of trying to find an old single rear wheel wrecker body for it, or building something like that and have my own little wrecker. But I don't know. Guess it'll all depend on when I get it running right and what I need at that time. So I think that's a wrap on this video. Let me know if you have any cool motor ideas or cool bed ideas for it. I'd also kicked around building a more off-road style flatbed and making this a camper overland truck, but being a single cab, that's not really super ideal for me, the girlfriend, and the dogs. So let me know if you have any cool ideas. Thanks for watching.